Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Over the course of the last 3 weeks, I want to say roughly around 3 weeks or so, we've actually been getting a lot of extra Bitcoin ETF news, even despite all the gigantimous amount of Ethereum ETF news that's been floating around out there. A lot of the, if not all of the, companies and institutions and banks who actually were into Bitcoin recently had to file with the US SEC. It's been like the trend, like I said, the last couple of weeks, and we've gotten like a lot of like major news about institutions who've actually been buying up Bitcoin. Another one is called UBS Group AG. They're called, and I quote, a global investment bank and financial services firm based in Switzerland announced that they bought a huge amount of shares in BlackRock's, it's called IBIT, their Bitcoin Trust ETF. This one is significant because we continue to get news like this literally every day. This is another daily news event thing that we're constantly receiving. And yeah, I honestly, I'll be completely frank with you. I honestly have no idea what else to say. The significance of this is quite staggering, as I've said before in other videos. We have lived in a world where banks and institutions and hedge funds and pension funds made sure to say over the course of the last couple of years that they had no intention of getting into Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin, investing into the cryptocurrency space. And now we're seeing all of them do it in mass. For those of you who have missed maybe the last couple of videos, we heard news, I think it was from Deutsche Bank, that they also own Bitcoin. JP Morgan Chase also had a filing, and other big names, Morgan Stanley, etc., what have you. But so we continue to get a large amount of news about the amount of Bitcoin that is no longer on exchanges as it continues to dwindle. More and more people are taking it off. A large portion of the reserves that crypto exchanges also have continue to go down as well, as we keep hearing of these institutions and these pension funds who are buying large amounts of Bitcoin, and they're usually buying it over the counter. We've been hearing before from the banks who are going directly to the people who are mining Bitcoin. This is like a constant daily thing. A lot of the discussion now, and I mean, I'll put it to you this way. In the cryptocurrency space, no matter how good the news might be, hearing that dozens of banks around the world have been buying large amounts of Bitcoin, it doesn't usually like spark the imagination as much as prices do. Yeah, that one makes sense. I was almost said as prices does, and I was like, that's not English. So a large characteristic of the news right now is revolving around how high Bitcoin's going to go in price in the next couple of weeks. We are at the situation where, as we beginning of June into July, we were hearing a lot of rumors of a 6-figure plus Bitcoin. And mathematically, it does make sense. This is kind of my own idea on the entire situation, simply because we can't sustain these low prices for much longer as we keep seeing these accumulation levels happening. Even just the fact that in the last couple of days, and dare I say weeks, floating around $70,000 is fun and cool, but we were also at $70,000 in 2021. The problem is that since then, we have about 14 to 15 different, no, it's more than that, Bitcoin ETFs around the world. And for those of you who missed one of the other videos, they have accumulated just within the United States hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin over the course of a 36 and 90, a 4.5 month period. So yeah, just another little sprinkle of news. Another gigantic banking institution has had to announce, and also people are finding this information online if you were not watching the last couple of videos. The really interesting part is that people are actually finding this information online. So some of the companies are actually coming forward and saying, hey, we just filed with the US SEC, or we filed before. Here's our information. But a large portion of them are not, and people are scouring the internet, going through the SEC's website and actually finding these filings themselves. Yeah. So that's another institution who is buying Bitcoin. I mean, I mentioned years ago that they all were, but I think now that we're getting like actual confirmation, I would hope that it meant something. But once again, a large portion of the people inside and outside of the market are paying 0% of attention to anything that's happening with the institutions, and then people will wonder why when we actually hit a $500,000 Bitcoin. I do sincerely hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.